Okay, so I just stumbled upon this tiny JSON parsing library called sj.h, and it's only about 150 lines of C code.
Wait, seriously. That's super compact. What makes it stand out from other JSON libraries?
Well, it boasts zero allocations and minimal state, which is kind of wild. It's optimized for efficiency.
No allocations. That's intriguing. But doesn't that mean you lose out on some flexibility or ease of use?
Exactly, it does come with trade-offs. For example, it doesn't handle number or string parsing. You have to manage that yourself.
Oh, that's interesting. I can see it being a headache if you need to work with complex data types.
Right? It feels like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's lightweight, on the other, it requires more manual effort.
Actually, that makes me think about how often we rely on libraries to do everything for us. Is that always a good thing?
Totally, there's something to be said for understanding how things work under the hood, but isn't it also risky?
For sure. If you don't have those foundational skills, you might get lost when something goes wrong.
I guess that's why SJH could appeal to experienced developers who want fine control over performance.
Exactly. And the error messages include line and column locations. That's kind of a nice touch for debugging.
Yeah, that's a big win. It helps pinpoint exactly where things went awry. Very user-friendly in that sense.
But hold on, does that mean it sacrifices some usability for efficiency? What's the balance?
Good question. It seems optimized for speed but could be tough for quick, small projects.
So it's like if you took a sports car out for a quick grocery run. Great performance, but maybe overkill.
Haha, that's a perfect analogy. It definitely requires some consideration of the use case.
And I think about maintenance too. If you're constantly managing your own parsing, that can get exhausting.
True, there's a fine line between optimizing and overcomplicating. Developers might hit a wall with that.
Absolutely. So, who's this library really for? Would it be mainstream developers or more niche?
I'd say it's more for those comfortable with C and looking to squeeze out every bit of performance.
That makes sense. But I wonder how often those kinds of optimizations are necessary these days.
Right, with so many powerful libraries, it's a balancing act between performance and productivity.
And let's not forget about maintainability. What happens when a junior dev inherits that code?
Good point, it could be a nightmare for someone without that low-level understanding.
So in a way, SJH might really cater to a specific audience while leaving others behind.
Exactly, it's niche but fascinating. Plus, being public domain is a huge plus for accessibility.
Yeah, that definitely gives it an edge. People can adapt it as needed without legal strings.
For sure, it's like freeing up creativity without the usual corporate baggage.
But that freedom can also lead to inconsistency, right? Everyone adapting it differently could create fragmentation.
Good point, it's great in theory but can lead to a lack of standardization across projects.
I guess it's a trade-off. Do you want a tailored experience or a reliable, tested solution?
Exactly, it's fascinating how such a tiny library can spark such a deep conversation.
It really is. So many layers to consider, from performance to usability to maintainability.
So if we put all this together, would you say SJH is worth exploring for the right use case?
I think so, but only for those who are ready to dive into the nitty-gritty of JSON handling.
Yeah, and it might not be everyone's cup of tea. There's definitely a learning curve.
Totally. It's a neat tool, but like any tool, it has to fit the right job.
Exactly, it's all about context. I love how this chat has opened up so many angles.
Me too. It's like peeling an onion. Each layer reveals something new to think about.
And it leaves us wondering what other gems are out there in the coding world.
Right? Who knows what we'll find next? But I'm definitely curious to dig deeper.
Same here, I think there's so much potential for discussion around simplicity in programming.
And that's the beauty of exploration. It just keeps going. What a ride.